Alrighty friends, let's get started. In today's video is extra special because this portion is sponsored by Ana Luisa. Thank you so much for continued to work with me. I really love their jewelry pieces. I love their mission, their sustainability, how affordable the prices are. They range for $39 and up, and their pieces are just absolutely stunning, out of this world. Whenever you get their shipping, it is very minimal. I love that they come with these little pouches, so they're all made with recyclable materials, and I love that you can just protect your pieces in them. This time around they send me stunning pieces. I cannot wait to This is a little sneak peek of my Ana Luisa pieces. I wanted to show them to you to truly see how well they held up. Some of them are over 3 years old. They are silver plated with 14K gold, and sometimes is, you know, over brass as well, but they will help up so well, you guys. Like, one of my favorite ones is this one, which is their snake kind of you know, situation. I love it. I also love this chain that it looks so good, you guys, with anything that you put at top. Like, look at the color of the gold. Is truly the color of the gold. Like, I have like 18K gold pieces in my collection, and these, they just live up to all of them. Like, they have such dainty and delicate pieces. I believe I've showed you all of these ones in a previous video because I do continue to work with Ana Luisa. I just truly love Look at the heart one. I have so many. Again, if you wanted to see a collection, I love this mama necklace. I wear it all the time, and I love this little guy here as well. Like, they just held up so well, you guys. That is truly amazing. They're currently running their Black Friday sale, which is really nice, and at top of that you can use my code, which is Gigi's Beauty 20. I'll leave it right there. Links are going to be below, so do take the time to check out my description box for all the information. It'll take you right to their site, and you can, you know, put that code to get a little bit more off, which, I mean, is amazing. These pieces are perfect for gifting. They're truly beautiful. This time around they sent me this beautiful double chain. I'll come a little closer. How dainty and delicate these two little chains are. I am absolutely obsessed. Like, I love layering pieces. I love layering my jewelry, and I love that they already have like pre-made layer pieces, which sometimes you don't want to think how you want to layer them. They're already layered for you, which is quite nice. This time they also sent me this beautiful and dainty bracelet with these two little details right there. It has a little bit of stoning all throughout, and of course you can adjust that to your preferred you know, your preferred size. And then this guy, like, this is absolutely stunning. Again, you can adjust it to your liking. You can wear it like this, and you could totally just flip it and wear it like this. Oh my goodness, I love them together. And then they send me this little sunstuds. Let me show you. Absolutely love everything that I get from them every time. It just never gets old. It's like Christmas and holidays all over again. So anyhow, make sure to check out my description box for all the information for the pieces that I talked about in today's video. Now we're gonna move on to Lisa Eldridge holiday collection. We're gonna do the demo application comparisons and all that good stuff, so let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty friends, let's begin with Lisa's Eldridge release. She's released her holiday collection. I talked about this in a previous video. She's released 5 eyeshadow palettes, and then she released, I believe, 5 new lipstick shades in her velvets. I picked out only one. To be honest, I really wanted to try out the formula, and if I fell in love, I could always go back for more. I felt that I wanted something very unique, and that's why I went with Sorcery. First off, this is the cardboard packaging. Very pretty cute, very slick. At the back you get the name of the palette, which is Sorcery, and then you get the shade names down there, and you also get the type of formula that you have in the palette. She has metallics, she has 2 different kind of mattes, and then she has luminous formula. She has few different formulas, which is very exciting. I am only going to try her seamless matte in this palette, her metallic, and then one luminous duochrome, which I'm very excited for. So this is her actual packaging. Very cute, very slick, very pretty. It's not extremely weighty, I must say. It has some weight to it. It feels luxurious, but it's not extremely weighty. And then it has a really nice and seamless closure. My nails let me. That card that just fell off there is this one. It was protecting the shadows in there. Let's take a look inside. You get a nice mirror down there, and this is the palette. I already swatched all the shades for a Reels video with a little bit of natural lighting, but yeah, this is Sorcery for you. You get one seamless matte, you get 4 metallics, and then you get one luminous duochrome in it. You get those little holes so you can poke a needle through them and interchange the shade. Lisa is selling individual eyeshadow shades, so you can buy them, like one shadow from a palette that you really loved, but she's not really selling the component yet. I think that I heard on Instagram that she will eventually, but I reached out to customer service and they said they currently aren't. So we don't have the component, you know, to really customized. So I don't want to call this customizable, because it truly isn't if you don't have a component to, you know, mix and match your preferred shadows. And I feel like that's such a missed opportunity. I wish that she did that from the get-go, so we can truly buy what we needed. But that's what we get. We're getting the palettes as they are, and we have individuals if you want to put them in a C palette or whatnot. The palettes retail for $68 US, and you are going to get 5.4 grams of product with a 24-month shelf life of the shadows, and they're made in Italy. For some comparison, Charlotte's have 6 grams of product, so a little over the 5.4 that we get on Lisa's, but on a Charlotte shadow we get only 4 shades. Right here we are getting 6 shades to choose from, and if you ask me, I prefer more shadows and less quantity because we have more options to play, right? This one do retail for around 50 something. These ones are a little bit higher in price, but nonetheless I feel like this packaging is much more luxurious and substantial than, say, Charlotte or even something from Chanel. I really love the packaging. Currently, Sorcery is the only eyeshadow that is sold out. The other ones are all still available, and I don't know, this was a very popular one. The Sorcery is a story of magicians, fairs, and fantasy of the Middle Ages. She also talked about the peacocks, you know, the shades of the peacocks, and that really reminded me to my infancy, because back home, I'm from Colombia, and back home we had peacocks in our school, which was quite cool. And truly, this was beautiful colors of the peacocks. So I love that. It really reminds me of home, and so that's why I chose Sorcery. I love these color stories. So today we're going to be playing with the eyeshadow. I also went ahead and picked out, if you bought 2 products, you got this beautiful little pouch, which is absolutely stunning. I love this shade, and I got in here also the Sorcery lipstick, which is one of her True Velvet's lipsticks. This is the component of the lipstick, and this is what the color looks like. We'll put it on and we'll talk about this. I actually went ahead and swatched all my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. I lip swatched them. If you're interested, go ahead and check out that video. You can see all the shades that I have. If you ever wanted to go ahead and purchase from her site and you didn't know what to go for, I also wanted to mention before I forget, customs. I am from Canada. I paid with 2 items that I bought on her site. I paid 44 Canadian dollars of customs. Ouch. I always comment on her customs. I mean, not her, but on Canadian customs. It gets pricey. So as Canadian, don't have it easy. Anyhow, we're going to get plain because I cannot wait. Let me bring you a little closer already. So let's begin. I am dying to put this green all over my lid. So that's what we're gonna do on this eye. I'm not sure if I want to do 1 or 2 looks, to be honest. I have concealer all over my lid and I have nothing else. Like, I did go ahead and set my concealer with setting powder, so I don't have any primer. This is a beautiful green. This is my kind of green. This green is beautiful. It could totally be a one and done kind of eye if you only wanted to apply this green all over your lid and be done. I am going to wet my brush because I do feel like I want a lot of pigmentation. I could already tell that this one is not fully opaque. Like, it's not a fully opaque metallic. Yeah, wetting your shadow makes it more punchy and just more pigmented. So this is beautiful. I have a little bit of fallout, but nothing major. I think when I applied it dry. But this is that shade all on its own. It is very, very pretty. Now I want to, for my outer V, I'm going to go ahead and apply this green here. This is a very creamy matte. I had 0 to no back in the pan when I touched my brush into it, so that's quite exciting. This is very, very pigmented. It is a beautiful green. I'm gonna run that same shade on the outer corner of my lower lash. Just a little bit because I don't want this to be very, very intense. And then I want to apply this green on the inner part of the lower lash. It's a lighter green. I'm going back into the first green. I'm just gonna pack a little bit more. And then for my inner corner, I want to wet my brush because I don't want to fall out. I'm not sure I will get any, but I want to apply this guy right here, the luminous shade, which is very glittery. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. And I think that's that for this eye. We're gonna leave it like this. We'll do some lashes, liner, and all that good stuff after. But let's go ahead and do my fingers for this next eye. I want to apply this emerald shade. And I have long nails. It's not really ideal, but I'm gonna apply this. I think it's best to try the blush, to be honest. I really like this Referal brush 21 to pick up my metallics and shadows like this. So I'm just going to spray wet it and go back into that emerald green, this guy here, and apply. Oh yeah. And this shade is a little bit more opaque than the previous green that we applied. I feel like this is applying way more opaque than that one. And then I'm going to go into this guy right here. I'm going to clean my brush a little bit. I'm going back, wetting my brush, and I'm going to, again, just take on this for my inner corner and for some, just some brightening. This really open up the eye. I'm applying the green again, just to follow this crease right there, like so. And then I think we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go and try the blue. So gotta try all the shades, right? Let's go ahead with the blue. Lightly. I don't want this look to be very, very deep. So I'm just applying a little bit, to be honest. Something like that. And then whatever is left, I'll just bring it over. I'm gonna take my Referal 26 with the blue. And I'm gonna take this gray shade for my inner lower. Okay, and I think this is going to do. I am going to do some liner, some lashes, and we'll come back for the lippy. Alright friends, I'm back, and as I said, I will do a little bit of black liner. I did apply some lashes, and I did some brown liner in my waterline, and this is my completed look. I'll show you in a minute, but let's actually go ahead and apply Sorcery. I did not. This is a little swatch of it. It is a beautiful brown, deep kind of color. I don't feel like I have anything like this from her, so it's quite unique to my collection. So let's go ahead and apply. Alrighty friends, so now let's talk about the eyeshadow palette and my thoughts. I feel like this is very pretty. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful formulation. I am very impressed because this is the first time that she's launched eyeshadows, and I mean, she's such an artist that I'm sure she took a lot of time and investigation and everything, you know, put into this launch. It is stunning. You get little fallout from these shadows, not even from the matte. It's like a, even though this is the seamless matte, and the other matte that she has in her collection, the velvet matte, is the one that is meant to be a creamy matte. You know, like Natasha Denona kind of creamy matte. This is also very creamy in my opinion. Like, you truly don't get any kickback when you go ahead and like do this, and you get a ton back on your brush. So I am very impressed with the formula. It was such a clean look that I was very impressed. All the products that I have in my complexion are going to be linked below. I am wearing her foundation, which is really nice for this time of the year because it looks very natural and truly flawless. I had to mix 17 and 16. I haven't found my perfect match. I got this for free, and so that's what I'm wearing. I currently have 18, which is a little bit too deep. I think I'm 17, but anyhow, going back to the eyeshadow palette. So I feel like this eyeshadow palette is very unique out of everything that she's released. The other shades were very just, I don't know, just very repeated. Like, we've seen it so many times, and that's why I wasn't drawn to them. Muse was one that I wanted to try, but it's just too cool tone for me. And then not Muse, Vega was the one that I wanted to try at the beginning, but then I said, you know, it's just too cool tone. I like Muse, which has a little bit of a peach, you know, pinky tones in them. And Cinnabar looks stunning, but it's just too coppery, and a lot lately we've seen so many copper eyeshadow palettes that I didn't feel like I need another copper in my collection. Let's go ahead and swatch. I actually already swatched this, but I like to live swatch so that you can see the pigment. We have two metallics, but you can see the blue has so much more pigment than the green. I felt like that green was not very, sort of like a little sheer. This is the gray, is pretty, and you see the greens, these metallic shadows don't have a lot of pigments to them. Like, they are a little bit sparse, but totally able to, you know, build them up if you wet your shadow. So as soon as I wet my brush, that's all I needed to do. So I'm happy about that. Then let's do the matte. This is the matte. And then we have the twinkle shade, which is a little bit of a green purplish shade, which is very special in my opinion, and plus it's the only luminous that we have in the palette. So this is the palette in a nutshell. It is very beautiful. I really like this shade. Now let's talk about some comparisons. Some of you wanted to see against the gold, and I feel like these are very similar. Of course, you gotta take all those browns away, right? But you know, these shades, like especially this shade here, this blue, I mean, it's like a blue-green. You can see that it's a little similar to hers. Not 100%, but it is, you know, within that fam. And then the two twinkly shades that we have in Natasha's Gold, which are these and these. We're gonna do down here. And these are them. Like, it's not compared to, it's like the color is not 100% the same, but it's very similar when it comes to the formulation. Natasha's gold being very gold, and this one being a little bit more twinkly, more greenish, more purpley kind of thing. And so with that, I wanted to swatch pads from her Mothership. Is it 7? Mothership 7. I wanted to swatch this shade here, which is a little bit more sparkly. Like, you get a lot more, like you get a lot more, yeah, more glitter, and it's not as, like, when you swatch it, you can feel the glitter. Lisa's is very, very soft. So you can see they're a little bit comparable. Like, this one do have a, you know, when you turn it a little bit gold, a little bit green, just like Lisa's. But it depends on, you know, when the light hits. Because Pat's also leans a little bit purple, just like Lisa. So I feel like those shades are very similar. You know, they're very similar, but the formulation is not. Lisa's is just gonna glide on seamlessly. Pat's is a little bit more glittery, so with Pat you can expect to have more fallout, and I could just see it here. Really hope you can, but there are like pigments just like lifting off my skin, whereas with Lisa's it's just like invisible. It's just like it glided onto my arm. So, you know, that's like a huge difference. If you have more mature eyelids, I don't think that you want to do this much sparkle on your eyes, but something like Lisa is gonna be a more toned down, you know, sparkle option for you. Another comparison was with this one by Pat, the green here, and then what was the other one? Oh, and the purple. There are different shades. Oh no, the purple no, but the green. Let's do the green here. So this is Pat's green. You can see that it's a little bit lighter, much lighter than Lisa's, and it's much more opaque, very, very metallic and pretty. I really love this kind of green from this palette. But yeah, and last but not least, Charlotte's newest Pop Shots. This is also green, so we have to, right? We have to swatch. And this is Charlotte's. It's a little bit more emerald than everything in here, and just a little bit more sparkly, to be honest. So I think this is much more opaque than Lisa's metallic. So, anyhow, these are all the comparisons that I wanted to make, you know, when it comes to the eyeshadow palette. Alrighty friends, that's it. With those comparisons, we're going to conclude this video. I do feel like this is a worthy trying eyeshadow palette. I do feel that if you find a color story that really suits you and that you love, I think that you're gonna be very content with it and you're not gonna go wrong. I could totally see myself actually going back for more, but I really wish, Lisa's team, if you're watching, do sell the component, because that'll be groundbreaking. Like, that'll be that thing, right? Like, if we can customize our own palettes with this beautiful formula, I think that'll be the best. So I wish for that, and if that doesn't happen, then I'm gonna have to just, you know, settle for another eyeshadow palette, which I think I'm gonna try Muse. So I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of this video? What do you think of the comparisons that I did? Do you like the lipstick? What do you think of Sorcery lipstick? Do you have anything similar in your collection? To check out Ana Luisa's website and their biggest sale of the year. Truly, you're not gonna regret, because they have beautiful, beautiful pieces, just like every year. I just love their pieces so much, and I am sure you'll love them too. So anyhow, go ahead and check out Ana Luisa's. Everything is going to be linked below. Remember, use my code to save 20% off on your next purchase. I think it's Gigi's Beauty 20. I'll leave it right here, but that's it for today's video, friends. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next one. I love you. Bye.